Good evening, students. It's me, Mrs. Carpal, going over one of the important parts of science fair. Either if you're doing science fair, an experiment, or if you're in my periods 5 or 6 and you are doing either a water bottle rocket or a mousetrap car. You're required to write a report. A report not only includes just a written report that comes in this format, but it also requires you to keep notes on what you're doing. And you could put it in like a journal like this. And the journal like this, you would put notes in your own handwritten with the date on top, okay? For each day that you do something in your experiment. It could be scribbled, it could have pictures on it. Anything that you do, you write down in your little notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy, it could just be a composition notebook. The report requires a title page, okay? Then after the title page comes your table of contents. After your table of contents comes your abstract and introduction. The abstract can't be longer than 250 words. It's a short, brief synopsis, a summary of what you did in your experiment, what you found. The next portion is background research. Background research has got to be double-sided, at least 1.5 pages long, and it should be in the APA format. Okay. Then comes the rest of your report with the problem statement, research hypothesis. Higher level students have to do a null hypothesis. You do your independent variable, dependent variable, controlled variables. Then comes all the materials used. Make sure you put it in metric system. Make sure the materials are all listed. Then come your procedures. Procedures always start with, they're always numbered like this, with the numbers in front, and they always start with a verb. There are no conjunctions in it like and, next. Don't put those in there. They could be very long. Okay. Then after you put in your procedures, you put in your data table. Your data table should look like this, and at the end have the averages. Make sure that you put down trials, T-R-I-A-L-S, all your independent variables, and you should give some kind of information about what you're measuring. Okay, then here's your graph with the correct type of title that says the effect of, and you put in your independent variable, the effect of the independent variable on the dependent variable. Make sure you label your y-axis with your dependent variable and your x-axis with your independent variables. Okay. Usually it's a bar graph. Then, after you do all of that information, for my higher level kids, you have to put in your summary table like this, okay? With your t-test or your f-test. Then you put in your results that look like this. Follow the packet. Then you put in your conclusions, okay? Conclusions are like this. At the end, you need to have your application, who would use this information. Then you would put in future research, if there's any future research that you're interested in. Then the last portion would be something called, now this is an extensive one, something called your bibliography. The bibliography is not just www.sciencenews.com. No, you would need to go to citationmachine.net, plug in the URL for the website, and then hit cite, and they will give you a citation in the APA format. You need to put that in alphabetical order at the end of your report. Okay. Now, some of you have asked how to do research. Well, if you're doing something on something like solar cells, you would write solar cells in parentheses, plus, and then you could do something like dye, D-Y-E, sensitized, solar, just put dye sensitized like this, okay? So I wrote solar cells plus quotation marks, dye sensitized. Okay, then you go to your computer. Okay, that's my computer. You plug it in. Sorry guys, plug it in. And then you should get a whole bunch of research on it. Okay, so, wrong one. Okay, so if you plug it in, it's called a Boolean search. Let me find it, hold on. Solar with the quotation marks. That means you're only going to get information about solar cells plus sign space DYE space SENSITIZED. Okay. Okay, and then you hit the search bar. Okay? When you put the search bar, you're going to get a whole bunch of information in there. So if you look here, you can see all the different articles right there. There are some articles that you would look at, and you just pull those up and you read through them. If they're good articles, okay, that tell you, give you an introduction to it, tell you about it, then you highlight the article, Control-C to copy it. Then you're going to go to, I don't know if you guys could see this, then you're going to go to Citation Machine, .net, click there, and then we're going to choose APA style, okay? It's going to take a minute, and then we're going to go to website, click on website, and then you go Control-V, put your website there, and there it is. You select it, and then it says, here's what we found, final step. You click on final step, and it gives you all that information, and it says create citation. Click that, and there's part of your bibliography. Okay, so I hope that helps with the research plan for you, not the research plan, your research, background research. Good luck. I'll be back again with more information for my students for Mousetrap and Bottle Rockets.